everybody, welcome to Lake Hughes area today. That's where we are. This is gonna be fun. I have had a really nice 4 days in the new 2018 Lotus Evora 410 Sport. Yeah, buddy, you may remember 2 years ago, I think it was, I got an accidental, unintentional, early sneak peek at the Lotus Evora 400 before it even had a press launch, which fortunately, I love the car, and now this time we've gone through the proper channels, and here we have the 410 Sport. The Evora has really turned into a magnificent sports car that, while some people it escapes their mind, it does not escape mine. I have kept the 400 and now the 410 on the brain. This car is about 130 pounds lighter than the 400, so depending on which weight savings options you select, it's between 2,900 and 3,000 pounds. It makes liberal use of carbon fiber body panels over the aluminum structure of the car, including the nose, the replacement for whatever the rear window used to be, that's now just a piece of carbon, side skirts, diffusers, stuff like that, and then you also have lighter forged wheels. Because the whole car is lighter, they have then recalibrated the suspension to work better with a lighter car, so it has more grip. Then it has the same 3.5 liter supercharged V6 that comes out of the Camry, now makes 410 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. Peak torque is 3,500 and peak horsepower is 7,000. This one is a 6-speed manual with the limited slip Torsen differential, and optional automatic exists as well. Let's have a go, and I'm just going to start with I'm going to show you no nose lift, no adjustable suspension, but actually pretty good approach and departure angles, okay? Different modes here, and although the suspension is not adjustable, the tune is. So we are in sport mode. There's also normal and race. There is a titanium exhaust that helps save weight as well, and that has a valve in it to go from quiet to loud. This is loud right now. Loud actually is not that loud. Loud makes a lovely tone that I've enjoyed all the time. It's like if you had a GTR engine, kind of. It sounds like that, but took the Silent C turbos off and then put a very short titanium exhaust on it. It is good. Double wishbone suspension still, with revalve shocks, like I said. There we go. 6-speed manual shifter has a beautifully short and direct throw. It is, as they say, a joy to row. It's easy to heel toe. The pedal box is narrow, although I'm actually wearing my New Balances right now with no issue. Hammer down. Whoa! It's not slow, kids. It's not slow. Wow, ooh, and it really comes into its own at the top of 4th gear there. I don't want to say what that was, but it was very fast, and the Evora 410 Sport will top out at 190 miles an hour, and it'll do 0 to 60 in 3.9, making it the quickest and fastest production Lotus ever sold in America. How about that? Of course, if you go to Europe, you can get the 430 GT 430. There's a faster one in Europe. Travis got to drive it. I didn't, because I'm in America. Look at this. Great turning radius, because no frunk and nothing up front, just radiators. And let's do a 0 to 60 launch. We're gonna stop, and I'm gonna go from sport to race. Sounds awesome. Here we go. Ooh, really gets that power down nice. Hard shift. It's happy with that. Bang the rev limiter there in 3rd, because I was not paying attention. It's amazing how well this car deals with bumps at the mid-corner. It's really not upset. It's running Pilot Super Sports, which I like. I'm surprised being an 18 model it has Super Sports and not PS4S's, but as I've said before, for all intents and purposes, those two tires are the same, so it doesn't really matter. On heel towing, so the one thing, if I had a one thing about this car that I was going to gripe about dynamically, because it's very close to perfect. It's very close. Dynamically, it's very close. Dynamically, I would go so far as to call it telepathic. It has zero learning curve. You get in it, you go around one corner one time, and you understand how this package is going to work. It makes very, very logical sense. However, when you're heel towing, there is a slight inconsistency. If you do the same blip with your foot every time, there is a slight inconsistency with how the engine responds to that blip. So you can do a slow, deliberate blip and get it to work, or you can roll the dice. Hey guys. Man, it really, when you man it from let's call that a highway speed, it really, really scoots. Being a Camry motor, I can, well, hope for longevity and probably expect it. Really nice car. I think that if you loved the original Acura NSX, and you, oh wow, how I took that bump there, and you aren't really about the new Acura NSX, it's too techy and video gamey, this is, watch this, oh, bump in the braking zone, no upset there, it's good. If you liked that old NSX formula, this car is the zenith of that formula, where it's basic, not advanced, not gimmicky, not gadgety, not tricky, basic, but it's got everything you need, and it is the most communicative vehicle that you could drive at this price point. Oh, I shouldn't have upshifted there, but wow. See there, it like almost choked when I did it. It was like because I gave it a quick blip, but now if I give it a, see now I gave it a more deliberate blip, and it was much happier to do the blip there. Let's go down into the tighter section and see how the handling is. This road tightens down at the bottom. Oh, here's a dip at the mid-corner. The balance is so good. The steering is so good. The brakes are very good. It's really nice. I've been driving this thing around the city. And it's an easy car to drive around the city. I can fit my Pelican case behind the seats here. The ride in the city is nice. Again, Lotus has found a way with this car to make a ride that's not adjustable. It doesn't have two modes, it just has one mode that works all the time. And it's brilliant. Oh, man, the way it sliced and diced right through that corner was really, really good. It's got great mid-range torque, you know, from 3 to 7, peak torque to peak horsepower. It's a very powerful engine. Inspiring, quick to rev up and down. It's got a really light flywheel. Scoots. And with this curved windshield, you have a sort of a fighter pilot canopy. You get the full experience with a Koenigsegg, but this is a good second place. You've caught a Honda Fit. Woo, man, this is a good vehicle. Does this person want to let us by? Can I scoots by, Mr. Honda Fit? What do you say? What do you say? Let's see. Oh, there are a couple other little things. Is it still a Lotus? And what I mean by that is, are there still some weird things about it? Sort of, yeah. The stereo is just an Alpine double din, which works fine. I've had no issues with it and really not complaining about it. But an Alpine stereo in a brand new car in 2018 is sort of funny. You still have to press the button on the key before starting it. All right, I'm not going to sit behind this guy anymore. We're going to go fast again. You still have to press the key on the button once you put the key in, start it. And also, see, look at this. Foot not on gas. It just did a weird rev hang there, which I've now seen 3 times. And then most of the time it doesn't do it. That's a Lotus thing. And then the last Lotus thing is that the gas cap, when you open the flap and unscrew the cap is on a tether, but there's nowhere to rest the cap, and the tether isn't long enough to hang the cap. And so you have this gas cap that has nowhere to go, and it just dangles onto the body. And that being an afterthought. Then there's some Ford switches. The lights are Ford. The window switches are Ford. But actually, so far, none of it I mind. I know that for roughly the same money you can get a Cayman GT4 that is right in front of us. I know you can, and that sort of throws a monkey wrench into the should you equation. So I am comfortable saying that the Evora is probably the best mid-engine sports car you can buy for less than 200 grand that is not a Porsche. Is that okay? Because I just drove that blue GT4 that drove by. And actually the differences are quite noticeable. The Evora 410 Sport is a little softer. On this road that's a little bumpier, it negotiates with those bumps a little better and requires less correction, and it's a less punishing ride for the driver. On smoother tarmac though, the GT4 does have more grip, or at least it gives the impression of having more grip. I haven't actually gone out and like drifted that one. This car would be easier to use every day than a GT4. This would be like a Cayman. Yeah, this would be easier to use every day than a GT4. It rides better on bumpy roads. I'm really, my favorite thing about this car is how it manages brilliantly. Just great handling, great steering, great inputs, really high cornering speeds, responsiveness, but then with that ride quality. If Singer built an NSX, this is what you would hope that it would be, right? It's that just sub 3,000 weight, good balance, 410 horsepower, and then because it's a supercharger, not turbos, it's got that same linear motion, linear pull that an NA motor has. It's got a lot of grip, this car. I really like using the shifter. It's just it's short and notchy like the Hurst shifter for my Mustang, but without any of the effort. It's very light, so you can kind of fingertip it, but not flimsy in the way that the Elise's shifter was. This is the most solid feeling Lotus I've ever been in, period. And the fastest, for sure. And the most comfortable, and the nicest, and it has the best materials. Drive-by there. Lost my train of thought. Saw the camera, went into drive-by mode, lost my train of thought. It happens, folks. It happens. Sounds good, though. Just listen to the car for a second. So, what have we learned? Watch this. Look at this approach angle here. For a mid-engine car, no nose lift. Just crawl right up a curb. No nose lift, no problem. Hi guys, that's the Ring Brothers Javelin. We're going to be driving that soon. Until then, I'm going to give you 2 minutes on the way back of, or maybe a minute of just noise, but the Evora 410 Sport is glorious. True drive. driver's car. Forded by a motorcycle. Sorry. They've done a really, really nice job with this thing. It's comfortable. It's very fast. It's reasonably fuel efficient. It's basic. It doesn't have automatic climate control or keyless go or keyless entry, but it has heated seats. The air conditioning blows cold. The radio sounds nice. The seats are made by Sparco, but they're comfortable. The gauges are clear. I mean, I don't know. When you slam the door, it feels solid. It feels like a well-built piece of hardware that is very confident when going very fast. Very fast. I think the 410 horsepower number doesn't quite do justice how fast this car is. It's a fast car. I like it a lot. So thank you to Lotus for letting me have a go. Watch this approach. This is a very steep approach here. Ready? And up. No rub. I've had this thing for 4 days. No nose lift all over LA. I've not scraped anywhere. Isn't that cool? I really like this thing. Thanks to Lotus. Thanks to you. And I'll see you tomorrow, next week, whenever this video runs. Bye.